And I think the most important thing is, just the people, hooking up with your friends that you haven't met in a while, meeting the girls, because every year is different anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. And I think the most important thing is okay. We're on YouTube. Just the people hooking up with your friends that you haven't met in a while. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a delayed response. It's not going on YouTube right now, but we're live. We're live on YouTube actually. So 3 people are watching. Who
will join with us? Is Peter present or cannot make it?
No, can't make because he's working, but he's watching.
Oh, hi Peter. If you're watching.
I know, right? All right, let me see. Okay, 4 people so far. All right, somebody, KP1 Worldwide. Oh, he's entering. Okay, I think he's replacing Hector.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, no, that's Ko. It's Ko from Thailand.
Oh. Yeah.
It's Ko from
Thailand. Hi, Ko.
Ko Phanasa from Thailand.
Ko Phanasa. I think it's my first time to meet him.
There's another website. There's another pageant blogger. He calls himself Mr. Worldwide. He's Puerto Rican. I met him for the first time during the pageant. So my friend Brian Javier asked me to invite him. Sure, bring him on.
Brian is from what country?
He lives in Florida. He's American, but Puerto Rican descent.
Oh, yeah.
He has his own. Yeah, he has his own YouTube channel. Brian is Brian Javier. Yeah.
Sounds like Filipino.
Yes.
A lot of Javier here in the Philippines.
Right. All right. Let me just say hello, everybody. To those of you who logged on, we're just waiting for the other guests to arrive. So please bear with us. Yeah, so anyway, there were a lot of surprises, like what I had predicted, and I think we can go over it later on, but yeah, there were several surprises, and I think there were like a few girls who shouldn't be there at all.
Yeah.
But we'll see what the others think. Ko is taking forever to hook up. Come on, Ko.
Who is KPI Worldwide?
Hey, Ko, can you hear me?
Hi.
We can't.
Your video is. You don't have video.
You don't have a video. There you go.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh.
Hi, Jim.
Brian is asking
hi,
what's the link.
How are you?
Hi, Ko. Kisses. The US.
Hi, Rafa. Hi, Jim. How are you?
I love your background.
Oh,
Good morning in the
Philippines.
It looks like it looks like Central Park in New York City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually Lumpini Park in Bangkok.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I love your hat. I've seen that before. Go Zillionaire.
Yeah, thank you. I made it, especially because it's like a sign. I would love to be Zillionaire.
Hey, nothing is impossible if you put your heart and mind and soul into it.
Oh, thank you. I do believe so. That's why I made this hat.
Okay, so we have 11 people watching. Okay, Brian is coming in. Let me allow.
Rafa, yeah. Brian is asking what's the link. Actually, I forwarded your.
No, he's already. He's trying to come in. I'm going to admit him now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Brian Rivera. Who's Brian Rivera? That's not Brian Javier. That's a different one.
No.
Let me see. Oh, maybe that's Mr. Worldwide.
Rafa, can you? So how's that? Still?
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
good.
Antonio is here.
Okay, he's connecting too. So we're waiting for Brian Rivera and Antonio. Okay.
Rafa.
Brian.
What's up? I'm trying to. I've never done this. I think so. Is there a link so I can share it on
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook?
Yeah, I sent you the link through the group chat.
Oh, yeah.
Check the messenger.
Hi, Antonio.
Antonio, can you fix your camera?
You need to
So like this?
Yes,
Perfect.
perfect.
Yes.
Okay,
Perfect.
but I can see your ceiling. Can you like lower your camera a bit? Just like see.
Yeah, let me try to. Sorry. Stupid sailing. Let me.
I can
One
still-
second.
I can see the light above.
Yeah, you're correct. I can. If you just see there, can you see it now? No, you still can see it, right?
I can see you, but that roof, that ceiling thing is bothering me.
Oh, it's because of the it's because of the space. Just give me 1 second. Don't worry. Mhm.
Yeah. Why don't you put some cushion? Why don't you sit on a bunch of cushions so you look taller?
That's a good idea. Let me see. 1 second. Okay, what can I do? Okay, let me see. Oh, if I do something like that, do you think
Perfect.
it's okay?
That's perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Don't
Okay,
move.
I know what to
That's
do.
it. That's it.
Yeah, let me just 1 second. Don't worry. Let me
Okay.
just get them ready.
Brian, why is your last name different?
What does it say?
Brian Rivera.
That's my last name.
Oh, okay. So Javier is like your stage name. Now we lost you.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, so let's just say hello to everybody.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to work with this. I'm like so confused. Oh, okay. Is that good now?
Okay, but you have to fix your camera sideways.
Oh, it has to be
Yeah.
sideways.
Yeah.
Correct. That was my problem too.
Are you guys using?
Meetings?
Yeah, I imagine you guys are using iPhone
Yes.
Yeah.
and laptop. So yeah, it takes a while to. Okay, perfect. Okay, okay, there you go.
My light is so bad.
Yeah, I think we're all set. So okay, so we can start the show. Hey everybody, welcome to Critical Beauty Salon. Tonight is going to be a very exciting night because we have pageant fans from all over the world who will react to the currently concluded Miss Universe 2020 finals that took place in Hollywood, Florida, May 16th, last Sunday. As you know, this is, I've said it before, Miss Universe is the mostly awaited, most important, most significant, most exciting pageant ever. I don't care what other people are saying. I don't care what the Miss World fans are saying. I don't care what the Miss Earth people are saying. I don't care what the Miss International people are saying. Miss Universe is it. Right? And anybody who disagrees with me on this group should just yes, I am that blunt. So people who just started watching us, yeah. Hello everybody, good night, good evening, bonsoir, bonjour, guten Abend, magandang gabi, magandang hapon, wherever you are in different languages, welcome. Okay, so originally I had like 6 people that I invited for the show. Hector Joaquin was one of them, but he sent me a message and he said that he'd rather do the TV live show instead of being with us. So,
ouch.
Seriously, ouch. Hector, I will not invite you anymore. That's it. Finito. Ya se acabó. Okay. I was just kidding. And then we're supposed to have another pageant fan. His name is Azan. He's actually Pakistani American, but he's actually finishing his medical school in the United Kingdom. And he just started following pageants when Catriona Gray won in 2018.
Oh.
And he loves Filipino beauty queens. He's in love with them. And that's what propelled him to get interested in pageants. But unfortunately, I think he's still asleep, or maybe he forgot because I don't see him online. So anyway. Oh, well, we'll see. And of course, we have the world famous Ko from Thailand.
Oh, hi, thank you. I'm so honored to be with you all, Rafa, Jim, and Brian.
Hi.
So have you guys
Hello.
met Ko? Ko, have you met Brian and Antonia and JM?
Oh, I met him through your program, but haven't had a chance to chat or have a convo like this. I'm so glad indeed. All of you are my idol.
Oh,
You're so
Of course,
sweet.
I'm your biggest
So
idol.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one. I think that's one of the best things I like about pageantry because it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what language you speak. We all share the same passion. We all share the same interests,
yes.
and
All
Yes,
connected.
true.
it's one of those like,
Yes.
very few unifiers like sports, music, dance. You don't need to speak another language just to be able to appreciate each other, and I think that's great. So yeah, I think we should have more pageants. You know what I mean?
Yes.
More the better. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Now, to those of you who, to our viewers who do not know, um, maybe all of you or some of you, let's start with Brian. Would you like to introduce yourself to the world and say a little something about yourself and plug in your channel? Go.
Sure. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm Brian Javier. I do YouTube. I create content related to beauty pageants, of course. That's why we're here. It's a passion of mine since I was like, I don't know, 14, 15. My parents are Puerto Rican, so it's clearly in the Latin blood to love pageants. And yeah, I've been doing YouTube for a few years now, specifically pageant content, maybe 2 or 3 years. But I was an avid member and really close with everyone on Missosology. So connection with my Filipino friends. And yeah, I love pageants. I'm also a designer. I have my clothing brand and I do Instagram. Yeah, there's probably more, but I'm forgetting right now. And yeah, you can follow me on YouTube. Just write my name, Brian Javier. And then on Instagram, it's Real Brian J.
Awesome. Well, as you know, Brian, you have a lot of Filipino followers.
Yes, I love them.
Something about you that attracts them to your channel. What could it be, Brian? Tell us.
I don't know. Like I said, I have a connection with them because I mean, I've been since I was 15 on Missosology, and Missosology it was and is the best page.
Well,
in the start, in the olden days.
That's debatable. Okay, we can talk about
That's
that.
debatable.
Well, remember, I come from there, so I have to say that.
Have you seen the Missosology forum lately? It's just out of order.
Yeah, I mean that's another subject.
I mean, who is responsible? Are there any moderators left?
I doubt it.
I just don't understand what's going on with that page. It's just silly.
But that's where I come from, so always humble for Missosology.
Okay. Welcome, Brian. Okay, let's go to Jan Michael JM.
Oh, hello there. I'm John Michael Recto Rañada. Actually, I'm from Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines. I used to follow beauty pageant since 2000. Actually, I got in touch with Rafa since 2014, way back in 2014 in the Philippines when we had a critical beauty party here. Then, of course, one of the admin page of critical beauty. And of course, I'm working in a pharmaceutical company, in a multinational company here in the Philippines. And aside from that, I always follow beauty pageants because I believe that, beauty pageant is just like, seeing beautiful women. It's like feeling you're also beautiful. That's why it's a crazy thing that you will get in touch with most pageant enthusiasts, pageant fanatics just like me. So it's nice to see new faces here like Brian Rivera, Antonio, and of course Ko from Thailand. So good morning from the Philippines.
Thank you,
Hey.
Jan.
Hey, yeah.
Woo, mabuhay.
Mabuhay, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Mabuhay. Okay, now we have Antonio. Hi, Antonio.
Hi, how are you, Rafa? Hey, guys, everybody who's watching us right now. My name is Antonio. I am from Ecuador. I live in Canada for the last 6 years, and I have been a beauty pageant fan since 1994. So you can see I was only 6 years old when I started getting, a huge fan of beauty pageants. Unfortunately, I don't have a YouTube channel yet. Some people say it's like, hey, you should do it, but just my time is not, I don't have that time. But if somebody wants me to be like a co-host, I will be more than happy to do it. And I have to say, I'm very happy to be here with this amazing guest. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Welcome, Antonio. Okay, last but not least, Ko. I think a lot of Filipinos and Thai people, of course, know you, but to to a lot of Latinos. They probably never heard of you. They've heard little of you. Please introduce yourself to them.
Okay, thank you. สวัสดีครับ Hi, my name is Cole, and I got two platforms that everybody can follow me. The first one is Facebook, which I daily updated. Is the name KP1 Worldwide. It show on the screen. And another platform is IG that I always connect with Rafa. It's Phanasa, KOPHANASA. So you can follow me as well. It's actually I'm very into pageantry since Nat Anipon 2015, the year that Pia won Miss Universe, because it's actually I just reconnect, okay, because the very first time I was becoming a pageant lover was 1988, the year that Bui Simon won the second Miss Universe for Thailand. So yeah, that's right. So I remember the feeling of seeing my compatriot winning. So I remember. So I lost the track for a couple of years. I mean, long time, because during Trump era, Thailand wouldn't be, wouldn't have enough chance to be on the stage for top 20 or top 10 or top 5. So I went to do something else and never, never look at pageantry for decades, I think. But once I realized that Nat Anipon brought Thailand back to top 10. So I just start to like watching again, but the peak was Shalita in Manila. So at the time I thought that, oh, who's this lady, young lady, because it's quite weird, because normally in Thailand the one who join pageantry or like the winner is likely to be from a well-to-do family.
Okay.
Right.
You know what, the very good background, so I wouldn't have any interest in that. But Charita came from a very, very humble beginning, from a struggling family. I just feel she represents the real people. And also and she performs really well, and especially I was in awe because Filipino love her so much. So I got goosebumps even talking now, because it's very hard, for a young lady, and she's the first timer, and she won a million people heart, and also I think she got 130 million votes.
Wow.
That's why she got into top 6, I think. So I just keep following seriously since then. But I started to do my page, I think, seriously last year. Yeah,
that's wonderful.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let me just read some of the comments. There are people writing comments in the comments section. Okay, people are saying, hello, Critical Beauty. How's everybody? Is this live? Is this live for real? Yeah. Maayong buntag. Jan Michael, what is that? What is that dialect?
It's good morning.
In what dialect?
It's Cebuano. It's a Cebuano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. It says, hello, Brian. Hi, Brian. Hi, Brian. I'm here, Brian. Here to support Brian, my dear. Brian, you are famous. Brian, you look great. Oh my God. Oh my God, my crush Antonio is here.
Oh, nice.
Antonio's smile.
Oh, thank you very much.
Ko, oh my God, Ko is here too. She was great on MGI. Ko, hello. Okay, so this is all coming from the same person, David Mendoza. David, you don't have anything good to say about me? Huh?
Rafa's gonna kick us off the live.
No, just kidding. I love you, David. Okay, now let's start with the venue. Okay, did any of you think that it was going to be held in Florida, specifically in Hollywood, not Miami,
Absolutely not.
not Orlando, not Tallahassee, but Hollywood. Brian, what do you think?
Very left field, reminiscent of last year, just out of nowhere. Everyone's like, oh, Miami, oh, Las Vegas, oh, maybe we'll go back to Memphis, which was not a, no. And then out of nowhere, Hollywood. And I was like, Hollywood, okay.
Okay. Antonio, what do you think? Was the venue appropriate?
Well, it was a surprise for sure for me too, like very surprisingly. But to be honest, it meets my expectations. You know, like I think that the girls have so much fun, and if you compare with the last Miss Universe pageant in Atlanta, it was of course an upgraded.
Agreed. He's so right.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, JM, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's a very safe place to conduct Miss Universe. No, it's because when it comes to safety and security, so I think it's the best. It's the best, or it's the best option to conduct the Miss Universe pageant this year.
Okay.
Since pandemic is really affecting all of us.
Yeah, exactly. Ka, what do you think?
Once I learned, I'm pretty glad because I love the beach town. So I just imagine that, you know, all the contestants would enjoy the sun and the beach, and you know, then and also the people. There's a lot of Thai community there, and it's and also Latin. And somehow Latin and like Thai share some trait like Dejoli and congenial, you know, so we can relate it. So I just feel that Amanda would be okay and doing good over there, because once she get there, there's a lot of Thai people be ready for her, and a lot of Thai restaurant be ready for her. So I think it's quite, yeah, it's sad, but one thing that Thai are quite curious that why they choose to like to organize in the casino, you know.
Right. Yeah. Well, I love the venue. I mean, I couldn't, you know, I couldn't have loved it more because the weather is fabulous. When I was down there for 4 days, it was sunny, you know, all week long. And
I think it only rained one day, Rafa. Only one day out of the 10.
But I think the rain didn't last though. But
no, never does.
Are so warm. It feels so good, like on my head. It reminded me of my childhood in the Philippines. You know, the warm tropical weather. Ding, ding, ding. You know, remember Jam? So that was amazing. Okay, so everybody agrees that we all like the venue. Now let's talk about the opening number. The opening number. Let's start with Antonio. What do you think of the opening number?
Okay, the opening number. I like the opening number. I mean, at least they're dancing again, like the previous years that the girls didn't, you know, have the opportunity to dance. So that was for me a great upgrade. Something I have to mention that grabbed my attention in the opening number. Okay, it was like the cameras were pointing to Miss Mexico too much. And then I was thinking at the beginning, what is happening? That was my first reaction. Why the camera is aiming to Miss Mexico too much? Yes. That's, I mean, you guys were in the theater. I watched that from my, you know, from home. So that's what I noticed from the opening.
Okay. Well, maybe because of Telemundo, remember?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's obvious. Brian, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, it sure seemed like that. I actually watched it in preparation for this live. I watched it again, and then I watched it again, and that is totally true. You can see her a lot. The only thing I would say is that a lot of people don't know that it was pre-recorded, so we didn't get to see that in person. I'm guessing for, I don't know, I guess we'll blame COVID, maybe. I don't know. So we just got to see the girls like walk out on stage in a very not organized way. But overall, I would say that the opening was fun. The songs are songs that already we've heard so much that they're kind of boring. I would say that in all honesty, you saw Miss USA, Rafa, you know that I wasn't expecting much because the choreographer was the same as Miss USA, and Miss USA was a mess. But it was actually good. I enjoyed it.
Okay, Carl, what do you think?
I think I prefer the last edition. You know, more. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So because I'm not actually, I rarely follow Miss USA. So I'm not acclimate to the new version and this time. But yeah, and also, you know, I just cover MGI, and honestly, I think MGI is better.
We can't
So
argue there. An opening, yeah, that was definitely better over there.
yeah. I mean, to be honest, so I wouldn't be fancy much about the opening, dancing.
Okay.
The
Great.
stage even looked like reused. It looked like it was a stage from the past. Like it wasn't fresh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, what do you think of the opening number?
Well, actually, it's just as what like Brian Rivera said, the stage look like a recycle. Same stage appearance way back in the Philippines, 2016, and of course for the opening of the Miss Universe 2020 is that seems like there are girls who had a less exposure when it comes to into that in the introduction of their country, as well as like what Antonio said, Mexico had the longer exposure. Like in Rabia, it seems like a few seconds.
You're right.
So you can see there's something wrong, or I believe there's a favoritism from the beginning of the competition.
Right, of course. I mean, we all know that they had as soon as the preliminary competition had finished, they already had picked the winner. You know,
yes,
so it was obvious. Yeah. Okay, let me just read some of the comments here. Talking about the venue, Dynasty 6846 is saying it's a beautiful place. It's close to Miami. I believe Madonna's mansion was close by there. Is that true?
Rafa, did you know that Anna Nicole Smith actually died there? I did not know that until today.
Oh,
yeah, at the Hard Rock.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay, another comment from Dynasty again. Hollywood was kind of cheap. I used to have a hookup there, Rafa. Ha 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 ha. That's cute.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think we all agree the venue was wonderful. The opening number, I had some mixed feelings about the opening number. I mean, for those of you who do not know, the opening number that you saw on TV was not the same thing that the people in the audience was seeing, because as soon as that video was going on TV, the girls were actually starting to enter the stage. So just so you know, okay. So a lot of pre-recorded segments from that show. Now, choreography wise, yeah, I agree with you, Brian. The choreography was kind of like stale. It was boring. You know, it lacked the energy and the originality of past choreographers like Michael Schwant and also Scott Grossman. So yeah, I was hoping for some more enthusiasm and energy. And the steps were very simple, you know.
Very.
And I think the local colors, well, maybe I shouldn't say the local colors, but some of the characteristics of Miami and Florida were kind of like missing. It didn't really scream Miami or Florida to me. It could be anywhere. It could be in the Pacific, it could be in the Caribbean. It didn't really speak to me as Florida per se. Yeah, so that was my only comment. Let's move on to the co-hosts.
Oh my God. Let's not.
Oh gosh.
I want your opinion about the co-hosts. So this year, for the first time, we have Olivia Culpo, Miss Universe 2012, from the United States, and Mario Lopez teaming up together to be the co-host of the show. Let's talk about Mario Lopez first. Who wants to go first? Co, what do you think of Mario Lopez?
I think he's quite good. I'm okay with him. I mean, I just encourage everyone, don't compare with Steve, because they are they're two different kind. They have different style of approach things, but I'm very okay with Mario because it's give some soothing environment, and it's okay. And also he Latin, and Florida is a Latin-based city. I think he would get like more understanding than Steve, in this time. So I'm very enjoyable. It's okay.
You're happy. Okay, Antonio, what do you think of Mario Lopez?
Oh wow, I think that he's the hardest guy of Latin America. Oh my God, he's
He
amazing.
actually looks, I think he's like what, mid-40s, 45 maybe.
I think he's like 45 years old.
Yeah, because
47.
He works out.
He's 47.
Yeah, but he's like, oh wow, like physically, like wow. I love Mario Lopez. As a host in the Miss Universe pageant, I will give him like a 5, maybe almost a 6. I think that he did a much better job in the previous editions, like he hosts like during the 2007 Miss Universe pageant. This time, he was lack of energy, like he wasn't enthusiastic like before. So yeah, he didn't meet my expectations this year. Let's say that.
Okay, good. Brian.
I mean, I'm gonna talk in general. The couple did not have any chemistry. Boring, lackluster. It felt like they didn't want to be there. No energy, low energy. It really didn't do anything for me. It actually, and this is surprising that I'm gonna say it, it made me miss Steve Harvey. At least he had a little bit more energy when he speaks.
Right.
And that's crazy because I'm not a fan of Steve Harvey as a presenter.
Well, yeah, energy and sense of humor too. I didn't find any sense of humor, coming from the couple.
They didn't have chemistry. They weren't matching well. And it makes me think about, I think it was 2007 Mexico. But it was with Vanessa, and they had more chemistry. With Olivia, it was just like two opposite people, and it didn't work. And I don't know why they didn't do something to maybe spark a little bit more energy.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree. JM, what do you think of Mario?
Well, first I will rate them. Starting with Mario Lopez, from 1 to 10, I will give a rating of 6. Primarily it's because lack of energy, lack of enthusiasm, lack of chemistry with Olivia Culpo, who's been also boring host. At the same time, Mario Lopez gives a little bit more a lack of something like he did before, way back 2017 in Mexico. So, well, still for me, best option is Steve Harvey.
Okay. All right. But don't you think, though, the show would have been much better without Olivia? Maybe Mario should have hosted the whole thing all by himself.
Probably.
He could have done
Probably.
I think so too.
It should have been Cheslie.
Right, exactly. Or anybody else, But I think I wonder. I have the impression that they pulled Olivia Culpo into the show at the very last minute. Either that, or maybe maybe they owe her something, like a favor.
Well, Rafa,
Rafa,
last year she did the commentary and it wasn't good. So why bring her again?
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she's connected for some reason with any of the staff or something.
Probably.
But I totally agree with you guys. Olivia was a horrible co-host. I would probably give her a 1. Sorry.
I think that 5 is too generous to the others that said 5.
Stick with modeling. Stick with being a cover girl. Stop hosting. Okay.
But guys, something that we all agree. I think that this year was the year with the less energy when they announced the top 20.
Horrible.
I mean, it was so boring. It was like no energy at all. It was like Jamaica. Like I was like, come on, man, give us energy, give us power.
Well, Antonio, I think it's the just the part that they do, and I always criticize this every single year. The part that they do, like country video. That alone is super boring. It kills the energy. It kills the excitement. Plus, then you have these co-hosts just saying France, Thailand. It's boring. It kills the energy and the excitement that we all feel.
Oh my God! When Olivia Culpo announced France, she was like, France. Don't say France.
Literally.
You know,
Yes,
of course they
correct.
said it. I would like to France. You know, give it more oomph. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody could hardly hear her.
Guys,
It was
did you
pretty
notice
bad.
that Olivia always keep on checking the cue cards?
Oh, Olivia.
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw it.
Yeah, what was
It
that
became
about?
viral here.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
What's
weird.
going on?
Yeah, what was I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, you know, with a
Yeah.
celebrated face or something, you know. Okay, just reading some of the comments in the comment section. Somebody says, let me see. Okay, hold on a second. I rate this production this year 5 out of 10. This is coming from Nikki Shin. And the background for the evening gown competition was recycled as well. The introduction
Yeah.
and choreography was disorganized, reminiscent of Miss Universe in the Philippines. This
Yes.
time there was no live entertainment. Well, actually there was. It's Louis
It
Fonsi.
was.
But
Yeah,
he-
forgettable.
but yeah, totally forgettable. Sorry. Mario Lopez, such an eye candy. Again from David Mendoza. Okay, what else? More enthusiasm, please, Olivia. Mario Lopez is so used to hosting. I'm just comfortable listening to him. Mario Lopez has a lot of Botox in his face. Is that true? I didn't notice.
But Botox doesn't affect your voice. You can have more excitement in your voice.
Yeah, that's true. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, he still looks good. Somebody says Vanessa Manillo and Nick Lachey are better hosts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, somebody
You know
asked-
what?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what pairing was very strange that I believe would have been amazing? Mel B and Jerry Springer.
Yeah, from 2008.
Totally
Yes, like
unexpected
a-
and worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wonderful chemistry, you know.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Agree.
amazing. Okay, so somebody asked, where was Pitbull? Do we know what happened to Pitbull? Brian,
No
do you know?
explanation.
Antonio, do you know?
Hey, I
Cole?
read that he got COVID positive like 2 days before. That's why he has to withdraw.
Replace.
I'm not sure that was true, but that's what I read.
Yeah, I think it's possible that he might have contracted COVID. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of COVID, I think that Brian and I can vouch for you guys that if there's one thing that the Miss Universe organization had done very well this year is they took safety very seriously. And from the moment the girls arrived in Miami, Florida, of course they had to take a rapid swab test, and then of course if they tested positive, they couldn't compete. And luckily, none of the girls had tested positive. I mean, we know like 3 contestants tested positive before arriving in Florida. They were like what, India, Argentina,
South
and
Africa.
Paraguay contracted COVID like a few days literally before the competition.
Literally.
Luckily she recovered and she was able to compete. Although I still think that she shouldn't have been there. Sorry, Paraguay. Yeah, so Brian and I, anybody who had who wanted to attend in person, of course, had to take a swab test. And you have to show them your ticket. You have to go to this area where they do a quick, like 30-second test. They put one swab in one of your nostrils, just one. And I was like, really odd. When I took my first swab test, I had to do both of my nostrils for 15 seconds each. So I don't know why, you know, everything was different, you know, at Miss Universe. But anyway, everybody had to wear a mask. If you didn't wear a mask, you automatically had to be kicked out of the premises.
Okay.
So they were very strict, and there was hand sanitizers everywhere, you know, so that was good. So
Did Rafa,
Right.
did all the attendees required to have vaccination before?
No.
It was
Mhm.
suggested, but never enforced. But a lot of girls were vaccinated.
Right. Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why I hesitated coming to the pageant in the beginning, because I mean, did airlines require that you take the vaccine before you fly? And I did my research and said no. However, if you're flying in from abroad to the US, you have to show them a test negative result officially. So we know, which is good. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the pageant analysts. So this year we had 3: Paulina Vega, Miss Universe 2014 from Colombia, Cheslie Kryst, Miss USA 2019, and Demi-Leigh Tebow,
Tebow.
You know.
Miss Universe 2017. My first impression of the three was that, okay, well, actually, Cheslie could have handled the whole thing all by herself.
Literally.
Yep.
She didn't need those
Yes,
two
correct.
muscles.
Agree.
Okay, that's my initial impression. Co, do you agree?
Yes, agree.
Mhm.
Because I mean, especially Demi, I think she should get more practice to be a host, I think. Because
Yeah.
you know there are many times that she just like couldn't convey the message smoothly. Yeah. And it's quite, you know, made people surprised. And also there's quite a lot of talk in here in Thailand on the media that you're Miss Universe and you pass, you know, like the answer that make you proud, but once you show the skill, you wouldn't be that good, you know. So it sort of undermine her performance in the past.
Mhm. Okay, that's very interesting. Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, Jam, what do you think of the pageant analysts?
Well, Cheslie could be sole a pageant analyst host,
Mhm.
but Paulina and Demi-Leigh, it's like an underwhelming hosting job.
Okay.
Primarily, it's because they keep on reading the the script,
Oh, right,
and
right.
and then of course I observed during the preliminary competition when Demi-Leigh co-host with Zuzibini, it
Mhm.
looks like Demi-Leigh is lacking again of energy, and then it's like
Chelsea was
she's
doing better.
Right.
tired of hosting that preliminary competition. So better one pageant analyst is good.
Okay. Yeah.
Or let's replace with if you could remember Carlson Cheslie. It's better than
Bring
the
back
Miss Universe.
Oh
Yes.
Bring back
Carson
the
and Lou. Bring
Sierra.
them back. Yes.
Yes.
Lou and
Yeah.
Carson,
Lou,
bring them
Lou is
back.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Antonio,
There
what do
was
you think? What do you think of the pageant?
Well,
Three?
I love Chelsea. I will give Chelsea a 10. I actually like Demi, believe it or not. Yeah, I will give her like a 7. I like her energy. Paulina was kind of lost. You know, it reminds me of those three, like when you were in high school and you were doing a presentation in a group, and Chelsea was the one, you know, that she
Leading
do
it.
all the job.
Reading, yeah.
Exactly. And Demi was the one who kind of read what she's supposed to say. Paulina is just the one that whatever happens. That was the energy, you know, the vibe that I get of those three.
Yeah. Ryan, do you agree?
Yeah, like I said before, bring back Carson and Lou. There's nothing like them. If not, put one of us on there. We probably know much more what we're saying than
I know, right?
those other two.
Seriously?
But Cheslie did a great job. Cheslie handles her own at anything she does.
Yeah, that's why she works for Extra. She's
Exactly.
She works for Extra.
Yeah.
One little, I think Paulina, something about her face that looks so different. I don't know if you guys noticed it. I know she looked much thinner, but I didn't like her makeup and her hair pulled back for some reason. And the color of that gown to me was like, it reminded me of some vomit or something. I don't know why, but yeah,
I think she was going for like a no makeup look.
Yeah, well, it didn't work. Put on makeup. Demi-Leigh, on the other hand, she looked very, very sophisticated with a short, kind of like wavy hairstyle, and and beautiful gown. And of course, Cheslie was perfection. And I love her hair in her natural state, just like that. You can tell right away. That's Cheslie right there.
Mm-hmm.
Great, wonderful. Well, thank you. Now let's talk about this year, like what I've done 2 years ago. They had an all-women panel of judges.
Next.
Of course, we all know people know what I think about that. But I want to ask the opinion. Let's start with Co. You being a woman yourself, do you think it's fair for Miss Universe organization this year to accept an all-female judges or selection committee?
Honestly, I think it's quite paradoxical because the mission of the organization like promote diversity, equality, right? But even though I'm a woman, but I wouldn't feel much into like the all-female judge because I tend to think if you got just a one phase committee, so the result tend to be just one way. There should be some, there should be some effect, some other aspect to balance things, such as I expect to have some men and LGBT, especially because I think if you add LGBT in, I think probably the result would be changed. Yeah, would be changed because we have to accept that most of PL, okay, are LGBT, and actually I'm LGBT too, and we got a very keen sight into things. So if we add some LGBT in, some men in, and also lady, it can be like a lady 4 out of 8, 2 men and 2 LGBT. So I think it's quite a right mix, and it's also according to the organization outline, like diversity, equality, gender equality, sort of. So for me, I wouldn't be that happy for all women judge panel. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you. Jam, do you agree with Co?
For me, the all women or the all female judges in the Miss Universe is just like kind of not good idea for the Miss Universe. It's because primarily when we say universe, we incline with the diverse, diversity, and of course, they have to include men as well in the selection committee because women have different perspective in terms of beauty, while also men have different perspective in beauty.
Right.
So better, let's go back to the previous edition that they incorporated the men in terms of choosing the Miss Universe in Miss Universe pageant. So primarily, it's because I believe the connotation in the all-female judges, it's kind of sexist, or I am right that primarily that they're just only focusing on the woman. Just like Ako said, it's like woman empowerment, but no, women have different perspective and then analysis in terms of choosing Miss Universe than in men. So I mean, let's focus on diversity. It's because it's Miss Universe.
Brian is nodding his head. He agrees with you too. Come on, Brian.
See, the thing is that makes me passionate that subject, because when I have mentioned this in my interviews with some of the Miss Universe girls, when they only do a woman panel of judges, I feel like it excludes one of the biggest parts of pageants, which are gay men.
Yeah,
exactly.
Gay men give life to this pageant.
Yeah, it's true.
Rafa, you were there a few days ago, and you know that the majority are gay men. So it excludes that group of people that is, I would say, the backbone of the pageant. The girls are the voice, the face, but gays are probably a few gays are behind each girl competing in that pageant, and it excludes us.
Right. Oh, I totally agree. You know, beauty pageants, the modeling industry cannot survive without the support of gay men.
Yeah,
exactly.
That may sound sexist, but objectively, historically, politically, economically, it's true. It's true. I mean, how, for example, let's take the case of nightclubs or clubs owned by lesbians. Maybe they're successful during the first or second year, but after that, what happens to them? They disappear. They don't last forever. Whereas
take a look at New York. New York has 3 gay lesbian clubs, and then there's countless gay male clubs. So,
right. Antonio, do you agree with an all-female judges?
No, I'm not agree. I think that's sexist. I think it should be a variety. like you guys says, it should be the Miss Universe is not just, she has to be in front of everybody, like women, men, children, like, LGBT people. So the group of judges has to be from all of these groups. So I'm 100% agree with all of you guys.
Okay. So we all agree that we need diversity, and that we all agree. I wouldn't necessarily, maybe accusing MUO of being sexist is a bit too harsh. Maybe they have good reasons why they selected an all-female judges. Maybe because they think that women know other women better than, let's say, men know women better. I really don't know. Or maybe because the delegates feel much safer being judged in all-women panel than the mixed panel. I mean, it's just my opinion. But you know what? It doesn't really matter, though, at the end of the day, because their task is to select the best Miss Universe. And when you look at 2018 and 2019, we have two amazing title holders, and they were all selected by an all-female judges. So, we'll see. Anyway, moving on, people. Let me just read some of the comments in the comments section. Let me see if there are any interesting comments. Okay, those analysts got to be grilled. In other words, they need to be vetted completely. I totally agree. Let me see. Yes, diversity and inclusion. They should include the LGBT community. Of course, what do we do with non-binary people? They deserve to they deserve to judge as well. What do we do with queer, gender, and all the other? How many genders are there? Like 1,000 genders. Should we accommodate all of them to judge?
Yeah.
No.
I would go as far as saying that there shouldn't be one person or more than one person on the panel that is from one specific country.
That's true. That's true. Or maybe how about inviting a judge whose country is not being represented, because otherwise that particular judge is going to be biased. And since beauty pageants are subjective sports, so to speak, sometimes you can to be biased, towards your own country. Anyway, it has happened many, many times, So yeah. All right.
Well,
so
we know that one of the highest score is taken out. So I feel like that would maybe off balance it. So if someone was from, let's say, I don't know, Mexico, then maybe if they're thinking about scoring that contestant higher, their score is going to be left out. So maybe that would offset it, and it would be okay to have someone from that specific country.
Right. That's a good idea. Or maybe they should do it the Eurovision way. Have you guys watched Eurovision? Everything is by points or something. Like Ecuador, 1 point. Venezuela, 2 points. And whoever has the highest 20 points automatically wins, or whatever, something like that. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. Okay, so we have mixed feelings about female judges. Next topic, let's talk about the top 21. Okay, as you know, every year it happens. There's going to be surprises, countries that shouldn't be there, countries that came out of the blue, front runners who failed to make the cut. What do we think of the top 21? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first since mine is behind me.
Okay.
Yeah. As always, every single year there's a lot of surprises, a lot of things that you can't predict. My personally, I do my list based off what I think will happen, not necessarily what I want to happen, and what I observed during the week. Sometimes in person, sometimes online. In this occasion, it was on person, so I based off what I saw, what I experienced on hand. But like every year, anything can happen. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. We don't know what happens when the contestants are, in their rehearsals. We don't know so many things, so many determining factors. A lot of people would say that the pageant is won in the preliminary. In my opinion, the pageant is won during the whole week. Like they always say it's a job interview. It's a job interview. And if you have your potential employee with you for a whole week, then obviously you're going to see what you don't like or what you do like before you take a decision. And that's why we get those surprises. Were there girls that shocked us? Yes. They didn't make it. We can talk about Canada, South Africa, Nepal, girls, Bolivia, girls that really,
Romania,
Romania, girls that we really knew that they spoke well. And there must be a reason, I would assume, I would hope, that there's a justifiable reason for them not placing.
Okay. Well, you mentioned the fact that there's so many things going on that we don't see, you know, as regular fans. Actually, one of them is, of course, behavior. As you know, each of the delegate had their own chaperone, and of course, the chaperone would report everything to Paula Sugar, the president, and the other staff, the rest of the staff. So, I mean, I've heard like rumors of one particular delegate who misbehaved. One particular delegate was not happy with the red bikini that she did not get, and it was given to another contestant. So this contestant who was pissed, and she showed some tantrum, and by pulling down her panties in front of the photographer and other contestants, and she just walked away. You know, I don't know, maybe that's true or not, but that's what I heard. Okay. Actually, I know the country, but I'm not gonna mention the country. You know, little things like that. And of course, there's another rule where the girls, you know, that famous hallway where you've seen inside the hotel, where they had to just walk really fast. I mean, they were ordered literally to walk really fast and not stop, and to say hello, or to say wave, or to do selfies with fans. It was against the rules. But there were several contestants who did exactly the opposite. They stopped, wait for like a few minutes or so, and then you see their chaperones pushing them. They move on, bitch, move on, girl. You know, this is not Hollywood. Move on. This is real work. But they disobeyed the rules, so maybe they got eventually eliminated. You know, from the top 21. Who knows? Who knows? No. So let's talk about the front runners who did not make it, like South Africa, Romania,
Venezuela,
Nepal, Romania,
right?
I mean,
I would probably start with this question. You know, when they call in, I just start counting until the 20, and the last one. It found out there were not Venezuela, Canada, and South Africa. It's shocking me indeed, because I just thinking, oh, were all of them that bad? I mean, you know, when I look into the list for some contestants who are allowed to be in, personally, I don't think they're good enough to be in, you know. So, and also I don't think all of them would make a bad mark in the closed door interview. Even though South Africa wouldn't be that strong speaker, but I think she still, you know, can speak her mind.
Right.
And Venezuela is very good speaker. So even though she hasn't got a very strong passerella, but I think she's still eligible into top 21 as well. And for Canada, it's quite surprised me indeed that she would have made it. But as Lafa said, I'm quite not sure about her emotionality. I mean, in person. And it probably there would be some sort of personal factor that reflect into like other perception that cause her, you know, absent. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of South Africa, we have a viewer from South Africa, Anton Bassen Slabber. Anton, he's saying, greetings from South Africa. Just started watching. Hope you will be discussing how Natasha was completely robbed. Shocking. And such a slap in the faces of Zozie, Demi, Tamrin, and the entire South Africa team. You guys agree?
Agree.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I totally agree too, because I think South Africa was one of 5 frontrunner countries who was basically on everybody's list. to potentially win. I mean, it was possible. When the first time I heard that Natasha would represent South Africa this year, I said to myself, could there be a back-to-back for South Africa this year? That was my initial reaction, and I was utterly shocked when I did not hear South Africa called in the top 21. And I really felt that. I mean, her preliminary performance was stellar. Her swimsuit, she did very well in swimsuit. Yeah. Her evening gown, I love. I did too. It was elegant.
Yes, me too. Love it.
She was perfection. So again, maybe destiny. Even though she did very well, maybe she just wasn't meant to be in the top 21. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
Ryan, what do you think?
I mean, like I said before, we don't know what happens closed door, but it's evident, at least for me, that I was there for the whole week. Natasha was always on top of it. She was always friendly. She was always alive and vibrant. And I really don't know. I'm 100% sure that she had to kill that interview. Could have nerves struck her and, made her done a bad interview. Right. Maybe. From what I've seen, I never thought it was gonna be possible. Natasha's a girl that remembers your name. She remembered my name. We were at a restaurant and she was like, oh, she's literally stopped and she's like, oh, are you Brian? And that makes me feel like she knows what she's doing. She's connecting with people. And that's something that I always look for in my favorite girls. So it really is shocking. It really is. Canada, I'm also shocked. Sometimes, Rafa, you were there. Maybe her energy seems a little bit too much. Was that the problem? Maybe. Political. The other one was Nepal. Nepal was someone that was pretty quiet and she performed well. Maybe we as a community just were fixated on her and we're like, oh my God, she's really good. Sometimes we get blinded as followers of pageants. So maybe we just all got blinded. As you can see, she was my fourth runner-up. Maybe we just all got blinded and she really wasn't what Miss Universe was looking for.
Antonio has a lot to say. Okay, Antonio, what do you have to share?
I have a lot to say. I have to say that it was I really enjoy. I think that all the girls that they were in the top 21 or they deserve to be there, or were kind of knew that they would be there. But South Africa and Nepal, in my opinion, that was a shock. I'm gonna tell you how I do my top 21. You can see South Africa was my first and Nepal was my third runner-up. How I do my top, I do my homework and I check the Instagram page of each girl to see how they interact with the public, how they speak, how they really are, right? And South Africa and Nepal, they were always amazing. Always, they were great speaker, beautiful faces, they were always engaging with the people. And it was a huge surprise. I'm sure that those two killed the interview. My only concern, I don't know what happened, but I don't want them, that the organization take them from the list, that then maybe they actually made the list, the top 21, but the organization taking off because of maybe they don't want to take the risk to South Africa to win again. Maybe they don't know, about something they don't like about Miss Nepal. Maybe they thought that Nepal is not a good market. I don't know. And that's the only thing that worries me, that I really hope that was not the case, because but I see the only explanation that I have that why Miss South Africa and Miss Nepal, they failed to be in the top. And something I would like to ask you guys, maybe especially you, Rafa, you know better than me. If I'm not wrong, the Miss Universe organization, after the judges choose the top 20, they can actually take some girls out of the list and include the ones that they think they should be there.
Right.
I am wrong or not? What do you think?
I mean, are you going to keep a girl that has a bad attitude or has done something to their peers in a top 21 and have them potentially be Miss Universe? I doubt it.
And also, Rafa, I would like to make a point, because from my observation for the last 2 or 3 years, I feel very irritated about how Paula Sugar set the policy of Miss Universe, especially what kind of lady each year they want. it's quite disoriented. Like you see, last year before the contest, you said something, and at the end you choose Soci, which is has a very strong communicative skill. And for this year, a lot of country prepare very good speaker. And
and you leave
suddenly,
out 2 great speakers.
yeah, that's right. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you just change the format after all country, shows.
No more continental group things.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's fair, and I would like to make a very distinctive point for Paula and MUO. A lot of country, spend a lot of resources to prepare their contestant, to be in accordance with your guideline. And suddenly, you just change the whole thing, and then you just discard them easily. I think it would make you lose a fan base in across the globe. It's not good. And I would like to see like a concrete plan or strategy of MUO, that what kind of lady they're looking for, like for another 5 years at least, Rafa, so there would be a there would be a solid continuation of Miss Universe, and also the advocacy of each Miss Universe, like this year and next year and the year after, will keep going on. It's not like a one-off time. It's like, otherwise it can be fictional,
Right.
So but I mean, a couple of months before contest, they just rush to make any kind of advocacy just to fill in of requirement. It's not good. So I would like them to be factual, okay, and practical, right? Yeah. So please, like stay true to your guideline. Okay, now this year, they said they wouldn't look like a strong speaker, but can represent the organization well. And I wish, okay, if you said that for the next edition would be the same, all right? Because otherwise, every country just get confused. What kind of lady do you want? Because you just keep changing, and also a lot of people now start, dubious of transparency,
Right.
of management. That's right.
So,
I would like to make the mark.
Yeah, Madam Paula Sugar, if you're watching my channel, I didn't say I'm going to say it. Your organization needs to be very consistent as far as searching for your potential next Miss Universe. Because I mean, Pro is right. You're confusing a lot of countries, and I really don't think it's fair. I know it's business. Okay, we all know that. Your company will decide if you don't get some sponsors from the Philippines or television viewers from Mexico, from Latin America, whatever, etc. I know it's all about business, but at least try to be consistent and uniform as much as possible. Okay, if you don't want to lose franchises from other countries.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, let me just read some of the comments here. Yeah, a lot of disappointed fans. South Africa did not make it. Let me see. There's a rumor that someone rumored that South Africa and her roommate overslept for interviews. Did anyone see a video or pictures of her making the interview?
No, that's a lie.
Yeah, Miss Puerto Rico was her roommate. Yeah,
yeah,
agree.
Yeah, that's right.
One thing that Rafa, you'll like this. Puerto Rico's gown was found broken before the preliminary, so maybe it was Natasha, and that's why she didn't make it.
Ooh, that's
who knows?
Speculating, nothing true. I don't know.
Nothing true. It's just a speculation. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody says.
So, Rafa, I would like to ask Brian, because in Thailand, there was a rumor, if there anyone cutting Estefania gown, the green gown,
Yeah, so apparently one of the straps, the metal straps, were broken. Some they were like pulled off. They were able to fix it, but no one knows if it was an accident or if someone did it. But hey, me speculating, wasn't Natasha trying to, kill the competition?
Uh-huh. She got a lot of fans in Thailand, Estefania, because before top 5 announced here, we expect Estefania to holding hand with Amanda of them. Because we can see Estefania would win as well, because she very full package and a very good speaker. So before top 5 announcement, we saw Estefania to be one of the two.
Don't get me started with that, because there was a few complete packages in the top 10.
Yes, agreed.
Agreed. Yep,
totally.
That's right.
Totally. Okay, so let's talk about, let me see, countries who have never won but made the cut. I'm talking about Jamaica. That's a country that I've always supported. I've interviewed Michael Simone Williams twice.
Gorgeous.
And I really feel that of all the girls that I've interviewed this year, I've interviewed like a dozen or so, she's the one who connected the most with people. She responds to my text messages right away. She's never, in other words, she pays attention to all her admirers, basically. So I was really happy when her name was called into the top 21, even happier when she made the top 10, but disappointed when she did not make the top 5. And I really believe that she should have been in the top 5. Should I have taken out? Okay, I have to be brutally frank. I'm sorry. I know I love my Dominican friends, but I think Dominican Republic stole Jamaica's position. I really do.
Jamaica's or Puerto Rico's?
Oh, exactly. And so that's just my opinion, and you can hate me, whatever you want. I really don't care. I really don't give a hoot. What happens. But that's how I feel. But nevertheless, she performed very well, and I think she's one of my favorite Jamaican queens ever. Does anybody agree with me? Have anybody would like to have an input about any of the countries that have made the top 21, like Myanmar, Indonesia? Great Britain to me was a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly, to me, it was happy to see Jamaica. She was my second runner-up. I really wanted to see her up there. Myanmar placing, I also had Myanmar somewhere here. So I was excited to see her. Her story needed to be shared, so I thought it was going to be something obvious that she would make it. Yeah. Plus, she was a really sweet girl. She was beautiful, very beautiful, and very sweet. Nicaragua making it. Ana Marcelo, I predicted her win for Miss Nicaragua, so I was really happy to see her there. Who else was there?
Well,
Costa Rica. Gorgeous. Best dressed, hands down. I could have seen her in the top 5.
France was there. France was never on my list, and I was like shocked when she made it.
She was on mine pre-arrival.
Not on my list. She never really.
Great Britain was on my pre-arrival one, Rafa. You know why? Because I know, killed that interview. That's what pushed her into the top 21. Was that interview?
I have to say, Miss Great Britain for me was the best speaker of all the girls, and for me was like she made it. Like I saw her preliminary. It's not like she stand up, but I'm sure because of the interview, she made it, and she was in my top 20 for sure. She killed it. Yeah.
For me, you just like your British accent. That's all.
For me, I mean, even though I'm a big fan of Miss France, but I'm very surprised that France, appear in the top 21. I'm pretty sure. I think like Venezuela would be getting instead of France at least. And I agree with you, Rafa. I really love Jamaica. I can see her from the very beginning after I learned that she got trained by Lucera, and also she got like she got a lot of feature on the social media then, and her information just got in. I think she very high qualified young lady.
Right.
Very
What
high
did you see?
qualified.
What did you
Yeah.
see in Venezuela? Because
Yes, that was
I'm
my
not
question. That's
seeing-
my question. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, me and Antonio want to ask you, what did you see in Venezuela? Because I don't see it. I never
Come
saw
on,
it.
go.
Me
I
neither.
didn't see
Me
anything in
neither.
Venezuela either. Jen Michael, did you see in Venezuela?
Yes. Actually, just like I can say also same with Miss Argentina. I think they have the same styling with Miss Venezuela. So it's just like, you know, the magic of Osmel Sosa is there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is there
yeah.
similarity actually? I can see the similarity.
It's funny because Venezuela did not make my first or second list, but I included her in my official list because I was hoping, come on, Venezuela, you have the sash factor. I don't care if your face is mediocre looking, but you're well prepared. You know, you just like past Miss Venezuela. That's why I included her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I need to say something very important. In my opinion, as a Latino, Miss Colombia, for example, she wasn't in my top 20. Like, to be honest, and something funny I have to say, I really think that Miss Colombia was one because these girls that was chosen because of ratings, because of the huge public that was in Florida. And it was funny. I'm sure that she wasn't chosen by the judges because she was eliminated in her strange area that was swimsuit. She was created in swimsuit, but she didn't make it. Why? Because the judges didn't like her. You know,
she wasn't a good speaker, that's for sure.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
English or Spanish.
That's why the judges, it was like, okay, the organization include her in the top 20 because for any reason we don't like her. We vote bye Venezuela in Colombia. Sorry, in the first cut, in my opinion.
Okay, can we interrupt? I'm a big fan of Laura.
Of what?
Of Laura. I love Laura.
Laura.
Yeah,
Laura,
of
okay.
Colombia. I mean, yes, I know that she not that eloquent, okay? And I saw a lot of comments from Latins people that, oh, she sort of top 80, top 90, sort of, you know, she would be deserving in top 20 or top 10. I mean, long before, you know, not until the contest began. But for me, I think what I expect the format of the contest this time is like there wouldn't be much emphasizing on speaking, okay?
Yes.
But they
Yes.
probably focusing on like the overall overview. So they probably need like a good present and nice face and good
Well,
and strong
someone who
passerella.
is marketable. Marketable.
Yeah, marketable.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
He was marketable.
Yeah,
Marketable.
and yeah, that's right. And
She's on my
especially-
shoulder. She's
Yeah,
on my shoulder, and it was only because of the
sash
large
factor.
money amounts that organization has.
Yeah, that's right. And also got a like you know, strong sash factor. So for me, I love Laura. I mean, I wouldn't care much about her speaking skill, but overall, I mean, she's charming, and I really love her figure. I think she got she probably the best one of one who have the best figure in this contest. And I really love her, you know, passerella. So for me, I mean, I would expect her to get, you know, further.
Well, obviously she did not because her lookalike, Costa Rica, eclipsed her,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Gorgeous
Yeah.
woman.
Women, they could be
Gorgeous. Yeah. Wow.
Because you know, while everybody, Colombia came first for Costa Rica, because everything in Colombia came out first, the Colombian crowd was like clapping, applauding, cheering, blah, blah, blah. And then you see Costa Rica following Colombia. And even the, you know, I was like, odd. There's no way Colombia could advance in the top 10 compared to Costa Rica, because Costa Rica to me was perfection. She had the best body. I mean, her face, you know, could be so, but still, nevertheless,
Exotic. Yeah.
whole package.
Oh, exotic, yeah.
Phenomenal. And she deserved to be in the top 10. Yeah. Now, what do we think of Curacao?
Loved her story. I'm glad she made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
I mean, for me, she shouldn't. I mean, I learned about her, you know, advocacy and her backstory as well. But I think if we should consider in all aspects, all right? Shouldn't choose anyone just because of like sympathy, okay? It wouldn't be fair to other contestants who got a very good prepare over the years. I mean, honestly, I love Curacao too, but when you consider like 74 contestants, I think there should be someone should be, you know, better. I not say better, okay? Got strong feature that can demonstrate to the world, you know. If advanced to the top.
Yeah, I think, you know what, Bo, I think the reason why they picked her in the top 21 is because of her platform. Because autism awareness, is rarely discussed, is rarely platformed in pageants. So that's, I think, to me, that's one of the reasons why they included her in the top 21.
Yep. I agree.
She's beautiful. He's just one of the most beautiful Miss Curaçaos ever that I've seen. I think it's more like your platform, autism.
Yeah. I have to say that if this year's was like just Donald Trump's when he was the president, like the judges, the final judges were different than the one in the prelims. Miss Curaçao, Miss Argentina, they will be in the top 10 if they were a different judges. But because, you know, they were the same judges, I guess their interview, they were not that strong, and that's why, you know, they didn't make it in the top 10.
Right. Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think of? Well, people would say she only got in because of politics. Myanmar. She, by the way, won the best national costume. And how in the world won the best national costume if she had lost her original costume, you know, at Los Angeles or whatever? They never found her costume. How in the world could she possibly won the best national costume when there were other better, superior costumes?
It was the message.
Because when she raised that,
the message. It's because,
even though I admire her. Sorry, Jam first.
Actually, Miss Myanmar get the sympathy of the judges and the people. It's because of the message that they for Myanmar. But actually, the original national costume is quite stunning, right, Rafa? You have been posted that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because of what's happening right now in the Myanmar. That's why the judges voted her to be the best in national costume. So apparently, the story behind that, maybe it's because Miss Myanmar is now in the list of the military in Myanmar to, you know, I think
be arrested.
It's in the news now that I think she cannot go back into her country just because of the military assault that will be happening in their country. So that's why I don't know what happened to Miss Myanmar now, if it's going back to her country or
we don't know. Do you think Paula Sugar will give her asylum or help her with asylum?
I hope so.
Well,
like,
I think she should.
And Myanmar,
they should.
I think she should. You know, like if you would like people to admire your mission of the organization, right? Once you encourage people, especially lady, you know, to speak, and once she speak and she got in grave harm, you need to lend your hand to get her out of danger, you know. So like Mr. Nawat in MGI, and she encouraged, you know, contestants to speak, and then she was issued she's subject to arrest warrant as well. So Mr. Nawat cover her in every way, and give her a hideout and give her work. And also probably, I'm quite not sure. I'm sure that he offered her like you know, seeking asylum application from many countries, but she chose to stay in Thailand. So I mean, Paula Sugar would help Candy, Tusa, Winstill, Miss Myanmar as well. I mean, in the same way, or probably similar, okay, to get her off out of danger, because she no way come back to her country. It's very serious, very serious, so dangerous. So I expect her to stay in USA. or Canada. So in North America, I mean, she can survive. And also under the new government, I think they promote immigration policy, I think. So it's very open. She should be safer to be there.
Right. And not only that, but I think they have like a sizable Myanmar Burmese population in Florida, in that area. So she gets a lot of support from, I think it was the Burmese community in that area who helped her with find her
the national costume.
The national costume. And other costumes and other dresses as well. So that's good. Now let's talk about Philippines, not making the I have my own personal opinion, but I'm gonna ask. Okay, Jan Michael, let's start with you. What do you how do you feel about this Philippines?
First and foremost, I'm a fellow Ilonggo of Miss Universe Philippines Rabia Mateo. Actually, I'm from Iloilo, where is Rabia live in. So actually, don't bash me for the for the followers, avid followers of Rabia.
Actually, I will attack you, Jan Michael. I promise.
Actually, Rabia is such a beautiful lady. However, during her performance in the swimsuit competition, I can feel that she looks like nervous, and then at the same time, prior to the preliminary competition, she break down. She had her live Instagram video with her followers, and she's crying. So I believe it's just like she break down, and then it's just like
What's her downfall?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Agree.
Yeah, that which affected.
She's being emotional. She's being emotional. I know she has the attitude, she has the willingness to win this competition. However, the nerves already get in her whole body. That's why she lacks the calmness, at the same time the determination to win the competition. So yes.
What do you think of Rabia? Brian?
Oh,
right.
It makes me sad for her because it not only in one video, I could tell that she was emotionally under a lot of pressure. There was so much pressure to that girl. And as much as I love Filipinos, sometimes us as fans, and it happens in Puerto Rican pageantry as well, we got to lay off our queen a little bit and not be so harsh. They put so much pressure on these girls, and it was evident that it was happening to her. And we got to remember that this was the first year under a new organization, and hopefully this new organization notices that they need to put someone there, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, whatever it is, to guide these girls and make them strong emotionally and know how to handle and how to ignore this pressure, because evidently that pressure was probably her downfall. Yes, in swimsuit, she was a little bit, I don't think it was insecure. She looked gorgeous. The only thing I think it was maybe other past Miss Philippines have had like these set walks and like very marked and they look like they know what they're doing. They have this choreography. They do it in a natural way and they kill it. And Rabia didn't necessarily come off as she was 100% on that.
Right.
Was that her downfall? I don't think that was necessarily what didn't push her into the top 10. I just think it was such a strong group, and maybe they caught wind of that, of that insecurity, of that pressure. So maybe handling it next year for the next representative, knowing how to handle, and us as fans not being so hard. I think that'll help.
And just to add also, Rafa, I believe candidates should also avoid reading comments on their social media account, just to avoid polluting their mental health state, their emotional state. So that's one thing that I would like to give advice to the candidates for the next Miss Universe. Because fans are very vocal. Sometimes it hurts their emotional and mental health aspects.
I mean, Yeah.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
Antonio first. Antonio first.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Kao. What I think first, I was very upset too about Miss Philippines because she was like gorgeous. But I agree with Brian. What I think that happens with her, like she was told what to do instead of like, hey, you have to enjoy, be yourself. They told her you have to do this, this, and this. When she showed up in swimsuit, she was like when I saw her, she was like thinking, oh, they told me that I have to do this. She wasn't enjoying the night, she was like, oh, I have to do this, this, and this. It's funny, it reminds me of Catriona in Miss World 2016, that it wasn't her. It was like somebody told her what to say. And, that was for me, was like, oh, it was so sad to see her. And, we all saw the results. She didn't make it in the top 10 when I think that she had huge, huge potential.
Oh,
yeah. For Rabia Matteo, I feel drawn to her indeed because all in my page I normally feature both Thai and Philippines quite equally. Okay, and I knew that how much love that fans feel for Rabia. And I follow her from the beginning, and I just admire her strength and her heart, especially she usually put herself up front, when has some controversy. I think it's very rare quality that's made me really admire her. And I think for the latest breaking down, I think she just would like to clarify herself before all the discontent fans. I think in some part, I know that there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes of the all contestant life. There's a lot of component to make her beautiful in front of camera.
Right.
And she just like other contestant that always put brave face before camera, for whatever imperfection happen behind the scene. She have to be the one who absorb that. And I think she got the point that I no longer can handle this anymore. Because national costume is, even though it wouldn't get your mark, but it represents your country and it represents yourself. So she just feel that some some element lack from the whole set affects a lot of Filipino sentiment of fans. And she just would like to clarify herself that it wouldn't be her entire fault. She made the best out of the best she could have, and I really felt for her, and I 100% stood by her. And for me, I wouldn't see her crying as weakness, but I see that she's just human.
With that being said, I think that every single Filipino should feel so proud, because placing for 11 years in a row is something incredible.
And I mean, she crying. It's like she show her authenticity.
Yes.
I mean, I would love to see contestant. I mean, from now on, to be more like human, not robotic.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with being human, but I think there comes a point, where you have to draw the line somewhere. I mean, it's okay to be emotional, but how much emotion should you demonstrate to the public? Now, just before the show, I bumped into her creative director, and I asked Jonas two things. Okay, what happened with her national costume? What happened to the headpiece? And he explained to me that the headpiece was too big for her head. Yeah. So rather than taking some time to fix it,
she wouldn't have that time.
Told her, just drop the headpiece, just go on the stage and do your. That's exactly what she did. So that's one thing. It wasn't that it was heavy; it was because it's too loose. It didn't fit her head. The second one was that I commented that right after the national costume presentation, she went to do a live Instagram chat with her fans, and she started crying. And I saw that video, and I said to myself, "What is this girl doing? She's an emotional wreck. You shouldn't do that in public."
Yeah.
You know, we all cry, but why would you show that side of your persona?
Yeah.
If I were a judge, I would probably just totally subtract 10 points from the drama that she exhibited. The first time I interviewed her, I noticed right away that she tended to be like an emotionally immature young woman. I know she's very brave, she's courageous, she was excited to be in America. This is the first country she's ever visited outside the Philippines. She's never traveled anywhere in the globe. But I told her a few times, you need to get off your social media. But it seemed like she didn't listen to anyone. She just kept reading the comments, the bad comments.
Exactly.
It affected her emotional state. It affected her self-esteem. It affected her performance. So that's my only criticism of her. Other than that, she has one of the most gorgeous faces in the competition. Her body is amazing. Her evening gown performance was amazing. You know, maybe the judges saw something in her that was so vulnerable that it would have affected her performance, or it would have affected her, if she had won Miss Universe, maybe they would see somebody, oh, well, we picked the wrong winner because she's too emotional. She keeps reading her comments on social media. We don't want that kind of Miss Universe. Move on.
Exactly.
That's my only comment of her. Now let's see some of the comments. If anybody agree with me, no, I think most of them hate me now.
No, don't say that.
Rabia's Pasarela was some kind of like a reminiscent of Venezuela 2018. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it's because of the hips.
Stephanie.
Speaking of hips.
Yeah.
Very sexy walk. Walk. She wanted to give back to her followers, and she was being true for once, a real woman. Stop blaming Rabia, boy abunda. That goes for you too, Rafa. Whatever. There's something wrong with the new Miss Universe Philippines organization. They are not focusing on the mental game of the contestants.
That's so important.
That was the same thing with
very important.
In 2019. That is so true.
That's the downfall of most contestants.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, somebody says her crying was so touching and real. She portrayed strength. Emotion is a strength. If you're a woman, you understand that. I don't know. That's kind of sexist remark, don't you think? Coffee break.
That's what it's called.
You know, I'm a gay man. I'm very emotional, but I know when to show my emotions, and I know how to control emotions. Every woman should have the same thing too. Sorry.
Exactly.
Tita Lavinia, she's one of the famous Philippine bloggers. Tita Lavinia lied to us. Rabia wasn't ready. Hi, Tita Lavinia. I know you have huge following. And some of your fans hate me for criticizing Rabia in the past, but you know what?
Remember our first interview, Rafa, with Rabia.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, we feel bad. The Philippines did not enter the top 10, but you know what? Shit happens. Moving on.
Yes.
Top 10. Okay, we have Australia, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Thailand. We all agree that they all deserve to be in top 10. Brian, you said you joked that they read the wrong order. The Australia, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Thailand should have been the top 5, and not the other way, and not the other group, not the first.
I mean, ideally, I think so. I mean, maybe I would have replaced one of them with I don't know, with who? With Peru, maybe, because she did perform. But yeah, I would have probably switched it. It would have been a stronger top 5. Answers would have been answered. I feel like our questions would have been answered.
Yeah. Okay. All right. John Michael, what do you think of the top 10? Australia, Costa Rica, Jamaica, the bottom top 10. Australia, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Thailand.
Yeah, it's pretty good top 10. However, I will also think that Miss USA will be getting into the top 10. I think she's pretty good.
Well, I wasn't surprised. USA never made my list, so I wasn't surprised she didn't go far. Yeah.
Yep.
So it was kind of bland, honestly. You know? Yeah, I mean, she was my favorite from Miss USA. You know, but nevertheless, when she competed in Miss Universe, I felt like she was very content being Miss USA because they both get the same salary anyway, both Miss USA and Miss Universe. So hey, can't really. Australia, to me, okay, I would like to make a public apology to Maria Tatil, Miss Universe Australia. You know what? I'd never believed in you, Maria, darling, sweetheart. You were not in my first or second list, but man, I was wrong about you, okay? And I'm so sorry that I totally disregarded your potential completely. But I know you'll forgive me because you are a wonderful, generous, kind, loving young woman, okay?
And a queen.
And I'm
her
so
gown,
glad
Raf, I think that's
they
just a
did
train. That's the white train, her gown.
Yeah, she was great overall, and she had amazing abs in the swimsuit.
Yes.
She had a six pack for Pete's sake, amazing.
For me, I can't understandable for Australia placement in top 10. But at the beginning of the competition announcement, I don't see Australia as a top runner or the crowd favorite at all, because she's sort of like fashion police, and and someone to get more public exposure from the platform. That sort of she's sort of that kind, not like a beauty queen or someone going to represent the whole universe. I think her persona still like focusing on particular group. It's not like a universal group.
I disagree with you. I think she was killing it on social media. A queen a COVID queen would have been Australia, because that girl killed it with social media. She killed it. Whatever she did, she turned a a Fashion Week video into speaking about an important subject.
Right.
Wow.
Who does that?
She did.
Yeah, she did. I won't argue that. She did, but the thing is, like the impact of the essence of her message or her video, I mean, wouldn't capture my heart last. I feel that way. The impact wouldn't be that much. Even though she, she was doing very great video. And as I said, she sort of like beauty police and YouTuber or sort of. She tend to be great that way. But I mean, I can feel totally different when I look at like Andrea, Estefania, or Amanda or Rabia. Totally different. I don't she a good speaker. Like she present herself well in video or footage, but I don't feel like she going to be outstanding in the crowd or in the public place when you're going to present yourself for organization. She wouldn't have that charisma. That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, maybe not on stage.
For me,
she's sort of
maybe
celebrity. I think she's sort of celebrity.
Let Antonio speak out.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I have to say first of, I have to say first of Miss Australia before the final night, she was in my top 5. Again, guys, this is an advice I'm gonna tell everybody who's follow Miss Universe. Just don't follow social media of your favorites. You have to follow every social media. Believe me, I do my homework, and Miss Australia was amazing. Every time, every day, she was giving just like not just a great stories. Like you can see how she speaks. She was very eloquent. She was very natural. She was Miss Universe. She embodies what is Miss Universe is supposed to be. However, I think the final night she was her dress didn't help her that much, and that's why for me it was like makes sense that she didn't advance to the top 5. Unfortunately, because I think that if she was in the top 5, she should be the Miss Universe. Period. Like there's no other girl. Well, together with Great Britain, that speak like that eloquent. Like I love Miss Australia. And Puerto Rico. Why Puerto Rico? Well, I mean we know now already, but Puerto Rico with a green dress, she was not Puerto Rico in the top 5 and not Dominican Republic for sure. for sure.
Okay, about again.
Yeah,
I'm
one,
sorry,
one thing, Rafa, one thing. I sense strongly that I couldn't, yeah, I couldn't relate some leadership quality in Maria. I think if you would like to be a Miss Universe somehow, you should, you should radiate it, your leadership. Okay. And I don't feel Maria has that much. She got a very much relatability. Probably too close, and I think how can I say?
You're thinking too much, Go. Let it go.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
Don't overanalyze. Don't overanalyze. The reason why I fell in love with Maria at the last moment is because of her personality. Her sense of humor is infectious.
Okay? Yeah, that's right. I know. She probably has one of the worst catwalk in swimsuit and also down. But you know what? I think the judges, considering they're all female, bypass that flaw, and they focus on her as a person and what she would bring to the table as a potential universe. And that's
they remember the interview.
Exactly. And she nailed the interview. And she's a funny, naturally wonderful young woman. I mean, that's all I can say about her.
Yes.
Now let's move on to Thailand. I felt bad for one thing for Amanda because she was in my top 5. Okay. I really, really wanted her. My impression was that they were basically giving her the crown, so to speak. She reminded me of Venus Raw in the Philippines back in 2010. They were literally handing the crown to Venus until she picked the wrong question and something bad came out of her mouth. Okay. That's why she ended up as 4th runner-up. That's how I felt about Amanda this time. Okay. I mean, she was perfection, she had everything, etc. But what happened? I want to know what happened. Any idea? Jen Michael, what do you think?
I think Amanda did her best from the start in terms of the choosing the right clothes. Actually, they came prepared in the competition. However, during the top 10 evening gown competition, I believe the better gown that suits her is the preliminary gown instead of the blue one gown that looks best on her. So I believe that's one of the factor that Amanda did not make it to the top 5. The preliminary evening gown, it's the best option for her.
Yeah.
So that's
well, that's why she made the cut, because she always doing the preliminary competition is the most important segment of
yes.
That's where the girls should dress, wear their best.
The best.
Gown.
Yes,
in Korean.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know why a lot of girls.
I don't think it was the gown.
What?
Yeah.
Brian?
I don't think it was the gown.
You don't think it was the gown? What was it then?
I think it's just that she would have gave a really good answer, and it would have looked even worse if there was 3 girls in that top 5, Peru, Puerto Rico, and Thailand, killing an answer and having Mexico still winning the crown. That's what I think.
Okay, good point. Good point.
Antonio.
No, and I could say Australia as well. Let's leave out those 4 girls that if they're in the top 5 with Mexico, they're gonna cream her. They're gonna cream her because they are fluent in English and they speak natural. They have good energy. So that's the only thing that was stopping her.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay, I'm reading.
Yeah, that's right. Agree, Brian.
Yeah, I'm reading some comments on my YouTube channel. Okay.
So let me speak.
Wait a minute. Let me acknowledge Hector Joaquin. He joined the conversation on the channel, and he's saying Thailand is so sassy. In other words, she's a lot of personality. She's very sexy and whatnot. And our friend Peter Serena from Australia also joined in, and he's saying, I don't think Amanda's gown had anything to do with it. The other judges did not like her. Period.
Yeah.
Maybe that too.
Hector Joaquin says Amanda's gown was the worst. Okay.
I don't agree.
No,
And Peter says,
I like
it's the
it.
best, not
Peter
the worst.
says
It's one of the
exactly.
best.
He agrees. Peter Serino agrees with Hector exactly. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was no Anton from South Africa said there was not one contestant from Africa. Can we talk about the African continent? There were 4 amazing African queens this year. South Africa, Mauritius. Well, I'm not so sure about Mauritius. Ghana,
Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Oh wow!
Cameroon.
Yeah.
Robbed. That woman was robbed.
That Angèle Kusinda, whom I interviewed and whom I mentored, I was so shocked that she did not even make the top 21. I was so sad by that horrible.
Rafa, don't forget, please don't forget to give me time on Amanda, okay?
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of Thai fans listening,
Your girl,
okay?
your girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She's right. She's right.
And you know what? And I don't understand. Had Miss Universe kept the continental groupings, do you think either South Africa or Cameroon could have made the cut in the top?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
And why? Yeah. And then why did they get rid of the continental grouping?
We're in a Latino
As
places
Brian said
where-
before.
and we already have
think
a winner, so why not just
Yeah.
no, but as
Yes.
I thought, because Africa was having only 4 delegates, and that's why it wasn't like that proportional.
that as well.
And that's why they
That
have
as
to
well.
write that. Exactly. That's why they have to do like everybody will compete for 20 spots. My
Right.
opinion.
I mean, I would like to speak candidly.
Go ahead.
I think they changed the format this time. I mean, don't hate me, all right? I think they would like to make sure that Latinas will win, okay? Especially some country. Let me say like this. Right. So you eliminate the continental group. And at the beginning, I agree, okay, because I believe that if you eliminate all the continental group, so the organization would select any contestant based on their merit, okay. That's what I believe. Yeah, that's what I believe. But when the list, came out, I'm so worried because it wouldn't be that way. It heavily favor in some group, very heavily. And I just feel that a lot of fans comment say that, oh, it's the biggest bias ever present in the MU history. I think
I don't think
worse.
not having I don't think having continents would have changed the results though. Having continents would have changed the results. It would have been the same results.
Yeah, right. But I mean the same result, yes. But if we stay with the continent, we can see Africa, okay, at least Cameroon and some African contestant in Nigeria or sort of.
Inclusivity.
That's right. That's right. Inclusivity
when it's convenient.
Representation. As Javini said, we need women should take up more space.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But for this time, it's very obvious that no Africa. So no African contestant. It's quite shocked for me indeed, when considering their mission, inclusivity, diversity, or sort of.
But hey,
it's
if
totally
they weren't the
opposite.
best, if there was other 21 girls that were better than them, then I guess that's what we wanted. Wasn't that what we wanted? Well,
right.
That's what we got. So it's a difficult spot.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, comment from Peter Serino to Brian. Brian is speaking so many truths. I'm totally going to his church.
Peter, that's what happens when you've been listening and doing this since you're 15. I mean.
Okay, so Africa. Peter says South Africa really should have at least made the semifinals. Phil, our dear friend Phil entered the room.
He betrayed us.
He's saying, hello, bitches.
He betrayed us. He didn't come.
Oh, I know, right? Peter Serino says Philippines is in the house. Oh, Phil is in the house, sorry. Not Philippines.
Of course. Same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's very interesting. So let's move on to the top 5.
But you didn't talk about Puerto Rico, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. You had mentioned something about
Bro,
Puerto Rico?
go back.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
and
sister.
Amanda, Thailand as well.
Okay. Go ahead, Brian. Do you have something to say about Puerto Rico?
Nothing. A lot of people might be thinking that I'm going to say, oh yeah, she deserved to be up there. The only thing that I'm going to say is that during the whole pageant week, and this doesn't only come from me, this comes from a lot of people, not only Latinos that were there during the whole week. Estefania performed the whole week. If the pageant would have been, fair and square, regarding the whole week, Estefania was the winner. She performed the whole week. There was not one time where she wasn't on point. So seeing her not be in the top 5 was a shock for many. Most mixologists had her in the top 5. I didn't particularly think that she was going to win, but I did see her going into the top 5. Can I understand why she didn't make the top 5? Yes, because they had to make sure that a strong speaker like her, a strong speaker like Australia, a strong speaker like Jamaica, weren't going to be there to make way for what they needed, what they want.
Right.
But yeah, sad that she didn't make it. We can't all win every year. We can't make the top 5 every year. So it's good.
Exactly.
But we should still be proud.
Yeah. Good.
That's
Good.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Okay. Well, Antonio, I think you told me something. You wanted to apologize to a specific country.
Oh yes, I want to apologize to Peru, guys. Believe it or not, I don't know why I didn't include Miss Peru in my top 21. I don't know why. What happened? Shame on me, and I have to apologize to Miss Peru and all my Peruvian friends. Because we will talk later about that. But let me tell you what I think right now. I think she should have won the Miss Universe crown. Period. We will talk later.
Okay. All right. That's a fair assessment. Okay. So let me see.
Amanda.
Go ahead, Amanda.
Yeah. Okay, Amanda. Yeah. I think part of what I'm going to say about non-entry of Amanda is already made by Brian. Okay, I think that's a significant factor that she wouldn't allow to get in top 5 because she got a very strong persona and she got a look and very marketable. All right, and according to the questions being given in the top 5 is so weak. So I don't see any point that if Amanda allowed to be in, she and then she wouldn't surpass. I do believe that if she allowed to be in, she become like a deadly threat to some contestant that destined to be a winner. So that's why I believe that the exclusion of Estefania of Puerto Rico, or Australia, or Markia of Jamaica, and especially Amanda, is because they are so intimidating. And
I think they regret putting Peru in the top 5.
Yes, I agree with you.
They're like,
yeah,
fuck.
that's right.
What we did, yes. Oh my gosh, what we did, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the main reason that Amanda, who got everything, especially the big fan base and a very powerful marketability, wouldn't be allowed in. It's quite it sent a very shocking wave throughout the country. I mean, throughout the world, throughout the Asia, because a lot of people expect Amanda. Even in my poll, she was in the top spot at the last minute. Okay, because before I thought it would be Latin, but for the last week, I think she's strong. She performed very well, and I heard from the YouTuber who embed on site, and they said that Amanda performed very well and just impeccable. Off stage and on stage, and very cordial and beloved by a lot of people, sort of. And she ready to work. She got everything. So what disappoints a lot of Thai and people, like she rather include in top 5, even though you wouldn't expect her to win, or you got some winner in your mind. At least, you know, respect of Thai sash and Thailand contribution to Miss Universe.
It's like payback time.
You know, we are, you know, providing the best Miss Universe hosting.
Yeah, you guys.
In the history.
You did very well.
Deserve a Miss.
That's right.
Crowns.
And the organization still, you know, still have financial burden because of that. And we send a very strong contestant every year after year. And so to eliminate Amanda out of top 5 is such an insult. I can say such an insult to Thai. It's just like they wouldn't give a damn for, you know, for our, you know, past contribution. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we don't have any problem with Latin fans, okay, or Latin, but I mean, fairly speaking, from what you see, okay, from what you saw, it wouldn't be that fair. I mean, I would like
but
to.
See,
to
you shouldn't
be.
You shouldn't be mad at the Latinos. You have to be mad at, you know, the powers that be that decided that it would be this way.
The organization.
That's
yes.
right. Yeah, that's
because
right,
clearly, trust me, most Latinos aren't happy with the winner either. So
right, exactly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, let me read some comments from the comment section. Dynasty.
Phil, I like your hat. Phil, Ralph, I like your hat.
Oh, Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Dynasty says Miss Puerto Rico is like the Emily of The Devil Wears Prada.
What?
Oh, Emily.
Yeah.
The assistant of Devil Wears.
The assistant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
she kind of looked like it. Yeah.
Peter Serena says, I would have loved to have seen a mega competition. Get the right girls in the top 5 and make it difficult for the judges, which coincides with Billy Lee's comment, who said, countries like Jamaica, South Africa, Canada, Australia are strong speakers and were left out of the top 21 and top 5. It would have been great to see top 5 with those top speakers. Agree.
Yes. Agree.
Totally agree.
Well, last year they were all about speakers, and this year, let's go ahead and leave all of them out in the top 10.
Right.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and Stephen Anderson says Jamaica and Puerto Rico deserve top 5. Okay, Amanda should at least be in the top 5. Jamaica should be in the top 5. The Thais have been sending amazing women. Give them their due. The Thais need to stop paying tribute to whoever during the evening gown. I don't know, but it doesn't work for me, says our friend Philip Jada, etc. So yeah, now let's talk about the top 5. It is a very strong match. It is okay. We all know Mexico won, but I want to ask you, how would you have ranked the top 5?
Rafa, before you keep on going, you didn't mention about the visuals for evening gown and swimsuit.
Right.
I thought they were so poor, reused, nothing special, nothing interesting.
Yes.
Come on, we can do better than that.
Recycle.
Jen Michael?
Yes, for me, I would give the winner to Peru. First and foremost, primarily it's because of her answer, of her winning answer. And then first runner-up would be, I give India. She's a very beautiful woman, sultry-looking woman. Third would be Mexico.
The second runner-up.
Second runner-up. Then third runner-up would be Dominican Republic. And then the last one is
Brazil.
Brazil.
Really?
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay.
Peru is, I think it's the best.
Okay. Ko, what about you? How would you rank the top 5?
I mean, if I would be given this top 5, okay, which I perceive undesirable for me, okay. This top
Undesirable?
5. Yeah, undesirable.
I feel
Yeah,
your
to be
anger.
honest. Yeah, to be honest, but if I have no choice here, all right, I rather, okay, number 1 for me, I love Brazil. Because I just think after that night, and she going to be a very good worker for the organization. Yes. In overview, okay, Brazil for me. And the second, Peru, and the third, India. And the last, the fourth is Dominican Republic, and the last one is Mexico. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
what about you?
Yeah, I never put Mexico in my list, you know, in top 5. And to be honest, even though she was the first runner-up Miss World, but in my consideration, in so many aspects, she wasn't there. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Antonio, querido, what do you think? How would you put the top 5?
Sure. Miss Universe, Miss Peru, for sure. She gave the best answers, so she deserved to be Miss Universe. First runner-up, Miss Brazil. Her second answer was amazing. She was so eloquent, and she was one of the best speakers also during the competition. Second runner-up, Mexico. She was great during the competition, during the final night, but her answers in the 2 last questions was just, okay, you know, that's it, nothing memorable. Third runner-up, it would be Miss India. I love Miss India, but I didn't like how she fight with somebody from the production when she replied the second question. Do you see that? Yes. So that for me, I was like, oh, you know, like that kind of disappointed. Fourth runner-up was Miss Dominican Republic because she didn't answer at all the last question. That's it.
Okay. Brian, mi amor.
Well, a lot of opinions. I would go ahead and say, so something that my fellow compañeros are saying is, oh, this girl answered the best. Yes, Peru answered the best. But something that people don't remember is that when you are evaluating right there, when you're about to pick the winner, it's the final look. You are evaluating overall the whole night.
Yeah.
These judges obviously have been with these girls since the interview. Maybe they've gotten insight and directions from the Miss Universe organization, what they're looking for. And to me, I would have crowned Brazil because over the whole week, she performed really well. She knew many languages, which is an advantage.
Yes.
She doesn't register the best on camera, but she definitely has the personality, the connection with people, the drive. This woman had in her phone a picture of Paula and her. It was a Photoshop picture. That's how secure and how excited she was to capture that crown. So I believe that she should have won. The first runner-up, I would have said it was Peru because she did perform during the night. Why I don't put Peru as the winner? The occasions that I had, the interactions that I had with Peru during the week weren't the best. She came off as a little bit cold. I gotta say it, bitchy sometimes. So that's why I wouldn't put her as the winner. And then even though she did answer, she killed the answer. She killed swimsuit, evening gown. She, in my opinion, was probably one of the highest. Second runner-up, I would have to say, I guess Mexico, because again, overall during the week, she performed really well. Third runner-up would have been India. Unfortunately, I love India. I've spoken with Adeline many times. She's a sweet girl, but unfortunately during the week and even on stage prelims and the day of, she looked a little bit insecure or a little bit, she needed a little bit more energy. And it didn't register for me. I expected a lot in her answers, and it didn't come through. Fourth runner-up, obviously, I think most of us can agree, Dominican Republic. She didn't answer the questions, and she literally, Rafa, I told you that night, she literally told the judges that she did not need this title.
Right. Exactly.
You lost. You lost. You're telling the judges that you don't need this title. Okay, you don't need this title. Well, bye. You don't need this title. Okay, next.
Right. Okay, so I would have ranked, of course, Dominican Republic as fourth runner-up because I never did understand why she even got that far. And I would agree with Peter Serena.
Magali's brujeria.
Exactly. I would agree with Peter Serena, who said Dominican Republic was the most pageant patty of the top 5. I totally agree. For my third runner-up, I would agree with India. I love Adeline from day one, but for some reason she lacked spark on stage, and her answer was sort of like vague, almost rambling, so to speak. It wasn't very, very clear at all. I mean, she's beautiful. I mean, she has one of the most beautiful faces in the competition. I love that, but she lacked that charisma, that spark that the other girls had. For my second runner-up, I would put Brazil over Peru, only because I mean, she kind of looked mature. I mean, her appearance is not very consistent.
Her styling was bad.
Yeah,
her style was very bad, especially after the Muba, the makeup sponsor, radically changed her look, and she looked like a totally different person to me. And that's not the Julia Gama that I knew. Okay, so I think for that I would place her second runner-up. First runner-up for me would be Peru, and Mexico would be the winner. Only because I feel that Andrea Meza was the Catriona Gray from when Catriona came to Miss World 2016. Catriona was so focused on moving on with her next chapter in life, and she focused on going for something much bigger. And that's exactly the kind of attitude that I felt.
Someone's not happy.
She wasn't happy.
Oh no, Rafa.
She said to herself, I need to go further than this. I'm not happy. I want to win the Miss Universe. and she did exactly just that. She was focused, but at the same time, she was having a lot of fun. A lot of the girls loved her.
I agree.
Really, really loved her. Yeah, and she was very consistent from the very beginning. She was very consistent and strong from the very beginning. And she followed all the rules, from A to Z. And that's why the Miss Universe organization picked her. Aside from the obvious fact that she's Latina, she
had angels.
Mexicans have the highest, TV viewership in Latin America. So basically, all for the right reasons.
Yeah, I have a question for you.
I totally disagree.
Rafa.
We know.
I have a question for Rafa and Brian. Guys, you were in the theater. Did you actually watch when they asked Cheslie, Paulina, and Demi who were the favorites? Did you watch that part live or no?
They all said Peru.
I missed that one though.
Okay, so they all say Peru. So that was for me was like wow, like, and also you, Rafa, told me that everybody was screaming Peru during the theater. I'm like, okay, like, and everybody watching TV was for Peru. All the people who were there right there was for Peru, and Mexico won after those 2 questions. That was like, that was like, okay, is still Mexico deserved it? She's an amazing and beautiful girl, and I'm sure she will be a great Miss Universe. But you know why I'm very disappointed? Because what happened with Peru, I feel like I have the feeling that can happen with any other underdog country, like my country, Ecuador, Jamaica, like Chile, whatever, like, just for some business purpose will not be chosen. And that's why it hurts me. That's what hurts me.
Okay. And I forgot to mention another good reason why I'm happy Mexico won. Did you watch the Kelly and Ryan show this morning?
That was really bad, Rafa.
I know. But
really bad.
But to millions of people around the world, she confirmed that she is openly vegan.
Oh, that's why you like her. Now we know.
We wonder, did we crown the first openly vegan Miss Universe?
I think so.
You guys know that I'm vegan. And to me, that was like, oh, that's a big plus, for me. So that's great. So I'm happy for her. So I hope one of our platforms
Representation.
promotes veganism, helping the environment, helping Mother Nature, saving the animals, rescuing the animals, so forth and so on. So I'm very glad that she won. Ko, you were going to say something before we end the show?
Rafa, I still
Okay.
have a few things.
What?
All right. Okay. I would like to say to
Your last statements, please.
yeah, please. Paula, I would like to see like the concrete plans and what you want with your organization, what kind of winner that you're looking for, so we can prepare, all right, according to what you state, and we wouldn't expect any like change plan mid-air like what you did all the time, because we would love to get the third crowd, all right. we start getting tired, Rafa.
Thailand has to raise the franchise fee, I believe, for that.
Yeah.
As almost as if you're going to buy the crown.
A lot of fans now like clamoring, started talking, should we stop sending the candidate because we feel so unfair, being treated like we should get in so many years, and we wouldn't like consider to be in top 3 or the first runner-up or something, and for this time even top 5 we wouldn't be included. So it affects us emotionally, and we're losing trust in the organization, to be honest, all right. But for other contestants, I'm congratulate, okay, even though it wouldn't be my desirable list, but it's your success, and I wish all top 5 have a great year, and Andrea have a good range over 5 months. Is it 5 months or 7 months?
8 months.
I mean
6 months.
Okay, the shorter the better. Okay.
Hopefully she doesn't get pregnant so Brazil can take over.
All right.
I think she wants that. She's like,
on the side, I forgot. On the side note, I forgot to mention that India made the top 5 after almost 20 years, and Peru broke the top 3 after 64 years.
Yes.
Gladys Zender.
Amazing, beautiful. Yeah.
So that is a huge accomplishment. So I congratulate Peru for that. Last statement, Jan Michael, go.
Oh, well, just as
how would you rate the entire show on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I would rate this show. It's just like 7 out of 10. Primarily lacking of energy, enthusiasms of the host. At the same time, the production-wise is just a recycle, just like what we've seen way back in 2016 and 2014, the palm trees at the same time. Then, of course, there's nothing new with this Miss Universe edition. So it's all about recycling, the stage. And then, of course, I'm happy that Mexico won. And of course, my message to the fan is let's be gracious to the candidates so that they won't be affected in terms of their mental and emotional health state. So let's enjoy watching beauty pageant just like Miss Universe.
Let's accept the result.
It's not Andrea's fault that she won.
Yes,
exactly. Agree.
Yes, exactly. So let's enjoy watching, and then let's celebrate the diversity, and because at the same time we have the same interests, the beauty pageant. So let's be gracious. Let's avoid posting hate speech against the Miss Universe organization, like what I've seen in the Miss Universe Miss Universe Facebook page. So I could say a lot of Pinoys or Pinoy fans hating the winner. So my message.
Let's just stop. Stop all the bashing and the hating.
Yes.
Nasty comments. Just stop. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay.
Let's be a good sport in this beauty pageant.
Right.
But
let's support Andrea Mesa for successful happy win. Let her do her job peacefully. Antonio, last statement.
First, I want to wish Andrea the best year. She's a great girl. I think that she's going to be a great Miss Universe. good luck to you, girl. You're amazing. Second, in order to avoid, and this is an advice maybe to the Miss Universe organization, in order to avoid this kind of conflict, if you can show us, or you can stream the preliminary interview, would be great. If you cannot, at least show us the preliminary scores. That would be amazing. That's what I would like to see. And last but not least, as GM says, like, please guys, be always send good vibes, good energy to the girls. Please stop the harassment, stop the bullying. We're all here to enjoy beauty pageants. As you can see, we're here a great community. We have to support each other. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. Brian, mi querido, last words.
I'm going to say that I'm going to start it off with the line that everyone else is going. Stop the bashing, the hating. When people do it to your contestant, then you can't say, oh, everyone's bashing my contestant. You're doing it too. So stop it. Just stop it so we can all respect each other. This is supposed to unite us. This is a fun time. Honestly, that hate really defines who's a fanatic and who really follows beauty pageants because they have a passion for it. So just drop it. Final thoughts about like the production. You know what? If Miss Universe somehow is watching us, Paula, you need us, mixologists, fans, people that have this passion for pageants to help you create a better show, create a better platform, because we have ideas. We are fresh blood. We are people that have, like I said, that passion for this. And we know and we hear what people want to see. Include us more. Take us in consideration. Take LGBTQ plus community in consideration. We do so much that you guys don't appreciate. And we never get the spotlight. So help us out, help you. And then in terms of production, like I said, stop reusing up close videos. You guys have enough time to record these girls again and reuse, because it puts everyone in disadvantage. Girls that don't necessarily have the production value will probably not make the top 21 because their video isn't good. You're not going to put a top 21 Haiti with a video that's grainy and sideways compared to someone from, example, Brazil that has a whole production with good lighting, good cameras. It's not fair. So treat the girls equally, be as fair as we can, and include us. Like I said before, include us, because we are essentially the backbone of beauty pageants. We are the ones that carry the beauty pageant, the competition during its whole entirety.
Yep,
Right.
that's right. Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely correct. Okay. Guys, I can't thank you enough. We've chatted for over 2 hours. Can you believe it? I mean,
Wow.
It feels like
I love it.
It's great.
I really enjoy. Yeah, I really
there's so much
enjoy.
to talk about. That it's amazing.
Closing a chapter.
Yeah, it was a great,
It was well. Okay, overall for me, I would rate the entire production from scale of 1 to 10. I'll probably give it a 8.
6. You're too generous.
Oh, too generous. 8.
I'm
I probably 5. Only 5. Only
well, I'm being
5 or
very
6.
generous because I'm also considering the safety aspect. I think the Miss Universe organization did a wonderful job.
The girls had fun.
Making everybody safe,
Yes.
and at the same time, they had a lot of fun. So that was very
More
hard.
than 2019.
It was very hard to balance.
Of course, yeah.
Very hard to balance. So, Critical Beauty Salon viewers, thank you so much for joining us tonight, tomorrow, this afternoon, whatever, wherever you live. And it's been great, to have invited all these wonderful guests to discuss Miss Universe 2020 finals. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, Jan Michael. I can't thank you enough, Co, Antonio, and of course, Brian. Thank you so much for contributing to this discussion. And we will definitely do it again. When is the next pageant? When is the next major pageant?
Supranational.
Oh, that's in December.
August.
Charm.
August. No,
Charm.
August.
Charm,
August.
if you
Oh
wanna.
my God! Yeah, you're
August.
right. August.
Yeah,
It's
they
close.
confirm August.
Yeah, and Miss
Yeah.
USA 2021 is in November. So,
And
November.
Charm is coming up.
and what about Miss Universe Binibining Pilipinas? When is that?
June.
June.
27th of June.
Okay.
27th of June.
Okay, so
All
maybe,
the national directors need to crank it up because they need to choose a girl for 2021
that's right.
by October, I think. I don't know what USA is going to do because their pageant is in November.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
Miss
Will we have a
Universe.
Filipino Miss USA?
And also Miss Grand, I think in November.
Miss France is in December, I think. Yeah.
And Miss World is November as well. So I think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, Miss World is in December in Puerto Rico. You guys are all
December.
invited.
Uh-huh.
It's my
So-
favorite pageant. I will be there.
Is it
Miss
definite,
Universe
Brian? Is it definite for Miss World to be held in Puerto Rico?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
It's been confirmed.
It's
It's
being
definitely
planned.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But Miss
Oh,
Universe in Costa Rica has not been confirmed.
Yeah.
Or denied. Not confirmed, not denied.
It's tend to believe in Thailand, all right, that
But-
it's yes, goodbye, deserted.
But I do want to say, Rafa, there were people from Costa Rica or an organization from Costa Rica being trained at this Miss Universe. So
Oh,
Interesting.
cool. Nice. Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's an interesting. Okay,
Right.
guys. Thank you.
ขอบ
Virtual.
คุณครับ thank you Rafa
ขอบคุณครับ
thank you Jen
Pleasure,
thank you
guys.
Antonio
Thank
thank
you,
you Brian see
bye.
you again bye bye
Okay, after
Yes,
this,
bye-bye,
guys.
download
Love
this
you.
YouTube
Bye
channel.
bye.
So
Bye
everybody-
bye.
Peter.
Happy
Hi,
Miss
Jody.
Universe.
Happy Miss Universe.
happy Miss
Viva
Universe all
Mexico.
top 5 and
Viva.
all everyone
Okay.